Estate 1 in Rochester, and we are doing a table talk today. Hope you're enjoying your 2021 so far, and I have some special guests with me. I'd like to introduce the co-president of Real Estate 1 and Companies, Dan Elsea.
Hello, hello.
And of course, my son-in-law Pete is here, and
Hello.
my one and only daughter is here as well, Paula.
Hello.
So we're going to have a little chat with you a little bit today here, and I'm going to ask Dan if he would share with us and you what's going to happen in 2021. You know he has a magic ball, so he's going to tell us all about it and what we can expect. And we just got a couple videos for you of why maybe we think during the COVID period it would be a really good time for you to move. So Dan.
So what's going on? I think everyone's crystal ball is a little bit foggy
Different.
this year. So, but what you go by is you kind of look at what are the odds. You know, where's the momentum? Where's the direction? And certainly something could come up that could derail it and change things. We could have another spring lockdown. All those things that are negative. But setting that aside, the momentum, particularly for real estate's been the strongest segment of the economy throughout COVID. Once we were released in May to start showing houses again, and most of the country still was showing houses during that time, and you could just see, while we were waiting, you could see the rest of the country just starting to pick up speed. And probably the biggest thing that, more than anything, was that the economy was building for 6 years, so demand was building, and then the interest rates dropped a full percentage points, and that just spurted to the business. And for housing, there are a lot of people that are out of work. There are a lot of people that are struggling for the last 8 months. But there are also a lot of segments of the economy that are doing okay. They're doing better. So people that are feeling comfortable are deciding to move. Rates are great. They're deciding to refinance, but also moving. And there's also been a lot of conversation about how low the inventories are, and they are low. They're record low. There are fewer homes. That's where builders are having great opportunities because
Good success,
of that.
yeah.
But the hidden thing is that there have been quite a few homes put on the market. It's just that the number of buyers were way more than that, so the inventory was going down. But if you look at the number of homes that were people that put homes on the market last year in 2020, it was actually a pretty good number, which tells you that people wanted to move and change, and there are a lot of reasons for that. Interest in moving further out. I don't have to commute. I can move further out, and we've seen it. Where we've seen that most is actually in Northwest Michigan, Traverse City.
Okay.
Which is interesting. The amount of inquiries that we're receiving there. We had our best year ever. We had our best year ever in terms of a company in 2020, but certainly Traverse City was even further ahead. And it was inquiries from Southeast Michigan, Grand Rapids, Chicago, etc. So what do we think for 21? We're going into the year, if you're talking about a buyer or seller, we're going into the year with inventories, homes available for sale, lower than they've ever been before. So that's a challenge for buyers. But we're also seeing the number of listings starting to pick up faster. And we really anticipate next year to be a stronger year than 2020 in terms of number of homes sold. So it's good for sellers. That means homes values will go up as they did, probably not quite as much as they did. Strangely enough, how home values would have gone up in 20 during what was a recession, but they did go up quite a bit. So you have that, and we think it'll go up again this year, as will number of homes sold. The weird thing right now is that this market is the spring market. So that's one thing that COVID sort of, and low interest rates sort of gerrymandered everything. So that normally in the winter things settle down, inventories actually start to rise because fewer people are buying houses, and you get this different change. That isn't the case right now. If you're a seller and you're thinking, maybe I should wait till spring, this is spring for a seller.
Springtime, yes.
This is the time to put your home on the market. It is every bit as strong as it was last February or last March or pre-COVID. So don't hesitate. My point is, don't hesitate. Now's the time to do it. And as a buyer, there are more homes coming on the market now, so just be patient, hang in there.
And enjoy those interest rates, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're gonna move, there's so many reasons why you can do that, even if you want to acquire more space for the family. Again, as you spoke of remotely, they're working from remotes. A lot of times they need a second office. Maybe as, you know, we described with this particular house that we have a bonus room in it, and some people are turning that into a theater
Great
room
idea.
as well as the lower. Some people have their children combined in a room today, and maybe it's time to help them out by having separate bedrooms and giving them the space that they need to be able to deal with all of this. So there's a lot of good reasons to move. Seniors as well.
Absolutely.
Seniors need maybe to get rid of the stairs, or maybe a warmer climate where they could get outdoors in their yard a little bit. And Real Estate One and the Lund Ray team is ready for that. One of the questions I have, another second question if I may, Dan, was how do you see the agents dealing with this with Real Estate One?
Well, I think that I pat ourselves on the back. I think we've done a very good job. One of the things that happened pre-COVID is that we've spent a lot of time and energy on setting up paperless and remote transactions so that you can do a transaction sort of sitting on your couch at night. So that was one of the issues is minimizing the interaction with people as much as you can from all of those reasons. So
Perfect timing.
Yeah, and
Right.
so we were set up for that. So we didn't see really a significant slowdown in that process. In our closing process, we're doing closings that are remote, and we're doing closings that are a different structure, so we can minimize that. So the good news is that we've been pretty resilient as a group. We've sort of
They've
figured it out.
adapted, haven't
We've
they?
adapted, yeah.
They've adapted, and I also think a lot of innovation has come out of it, of things that's never gonna go away.
Yes.
So there's a silver lining to some of this for us as well.
Yeah.
And I see many, many things that I don't think are going to change in the future. In fact, we're going to do more of them, and we would not have perhaps done this had it not been from the COVID days, so.
Oh, just presenting homes to the public in a different way, and getting more, using the leverage of technology and the internet to present homes more thoroughly online and draw people in. I mean, everything was moving in that direction, but COVID supercharged.
Yeah, it makes sense too, because a lot of times people go to see houses and they waste their time because had they seen it online, or Paula's really good on open houses, virtual open houses all the time. And that means go into that house online several different ways, but make sure they see the house, understand the house before they make an appointment, and maybe an unnecessary appointment. And it saves the seller and it saves the buyer as well. So I see a lot of silver linings coming out of this.
You guys are one of the first to jump in and experiment with the virtual open houses, and I think you had a really good response from it.
Very
So
good
it's great.
response. And the clients seem to love them, vet it out really quick for them and take them to the best 3. So they're not going to 75 houses and wasting their time. And it keeps their momentum up too, because they're like, wow, these are really great. And I'm like, these are the best ones. And they go through their whole list, and it is fun. It's a lot of fun for me to go through and really critique what they need and really listen to your client, and they really appreciate that.
And Pete, how about you as far as the new construction? He's our supervisor, and he's on top of this from A to Z. So what are you seeing a little bit with the COVID, just briefly of?
Well, thanks to my wife selling all the used inventory, my business has picked up immensely. So to the point to where people say I can't bid them fast enough, since I do all the bidding for these guys right now. And yet, despite the fact that lumber went up 50% over the past couple of months, with interest rates going down as low as they have right now, it seems to offset, and people's pent up ambitions to buy right now say they want to find it's just the right one for the right dollar in the right scenario for whatever season they're getting ready to do. And when I'm building these houses, I'm preaching a lot of times that you're going to build a house for a season that you don't know that's coming yet. Are your kids going to come back? Are you going to get old? Are you going to invite your employer with his wheelchair to come live with you? You know, things like that. So, you know, the houses now have to be designed for multiple scenarios, ones that you don't know or expect. You know, will your mother-in-law have to come live with you? You know, things like that. You know, so you know we're selling these homes now with multiple scenarios, with the extra master on the other side of the house, or a guest suite upstairs, or direct access to, in our other subdivision, direct access to the basement apartment. For the kids when they come back to live for a period of time, or the in-laws that come from out of country for a little while.
We have a lot of the adjacent bedrooms and baths as well that as I spoke before about, it really hit me this morning when you were talking to some of your clients about the children being divided, the need to be divided and give them more space during this
Yep.
time. So those adjacent bedrooms and baths are going to be
Yeah.
really
I had this
helpful
house
at
blown out
time.
for somebody else from our current 2,500 square feet to 4,000 square feet. And I created 3 masters in it, because there was a master for the primary family, their disabled daughter, their father-in-law, and then believe it or not, ex-mother-in-law was in the picture too. So we had all these suites in there.
Ooh, that's a crazy house.
All evolving around the scenario of the living area, great room, kitchen area, dining, and a library, all part, so they just needed areas to go retreat to for themselves.
Well, I hope that we enlightened you a little bit on 2021, and if you can't find what you're looking for, please give us a call. We have a lot of spec homes, right, Pete, that's
Yep.
going up right now, and you can reach Pete at
248-770-8660. Paula?
248-770-8660.
And of course, Linda at 248-709-3786. We're here for you. I hope you have a great day.